Then I'm going to go in with my favorite foundation at the moment, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. My color right now is 106, and of course I'm going to be using my favorite brush ever, and that's the F80 by Sigma. Seriously, so impressed with this foundation for the price. Only being like $10 to $12 depending on where you get it from, and it really is comparable to the Estee Lauder foundation. And the reason why I bought it was actually because I saw that somebody compared it to the Estee Lauder foundation on Instagram, and I was like, okay, the Estee Lauder one was my absolute favorite, so that's why I had to try the L'Oreal. And I've got to say, I really am impressed with it. I just wish that they had more colors. So I always like put my foundation on top of my eyelids too, as a base for my eyeshadow. I already did my eyebrows off camera because right now I'm actually growing my eyebrows out, so I don't really want to like draw attention to that and like include that in a tutorial until I'm actually happy with the way that they look. And also when I was at Ulta, I saw that they had the Real Techniques sponge, and I've heard that people like this just as much as a beauty blender, so I'm putting it to the test today. I got it wet under the sink. I'm gonna go in with my favorite concealer, and that is the Urban Decay Naked Skin, and my color is Light Warm. So I'm just going to put that in the center of my face. Since I have issues with under eye circles, I like to just highlight that area and brighten it so I look more awake. Putting that on my lips too, because I feel like that gives a really great base for my lipstick. It gives the lipstick the true color. I really love the way that Real Techniques blender just blended out my concealer. I think that works really, really great, and I'm actually very surprised. So I think I got a pack of 2 of these for like about $10. So if you're thinking about getting them for yourself or for somebody for Christmas as a gift, I highly recommend them. Especially when they're damp, they work really well. I'm going to set all that makeup with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just going to dip that beauty blender right into the setting powder and put it underneath my eyes and pretty much just everywhere that I put the concealer. And then I'm going to end up just blending it out over the rest of my face too. Most of the product, I want that to just go right underneath my eyes and wherever else that I put the concealer. So lightly with this sponge, I'm just going to kind of dust it around everywhere and on top of my eyelids. This powder gives such a flawless base for the rest of the makeup that you're going to end up putting on. I want to see first how the lipstick looks before I put the rest of my makeup on. So the color I'm going to be using today is Dusty Rose from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I love the formula of this Anastasia lipstick. I totally need to get more lipsticks because the only 2 colors that I have right now from her line are Dusty Rose and Midnight. I really love the formulation of those lipsticks because they're so moussey, and when they go on, they're not drying at all. They feel very moisturizing, but they don't have like a lot of transfer or anything like that. So it's just very comfortable for your lips, and it doesn't settle into all the fine lines and really dry your lips out. So that's why I like these lipsticks a lot. So it's definitely worth a try to try some different colors. Going in with my favorite bronzer, and that's Give Me Sun by MAC. And I'm going to be using this angled blush brush. I lost the number because it rubbed off, but I love using an angled blush brush for bronzer. So as you can see, it just adds a little bit of color to the face. It doesn't act as like a super contouring type of shade color. It just adds a little bit of color. Just adding a tiny bit to my nose, just since we added all of that light powder. And if I want to go in and contour later, I'll just use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. For blush, I'm using Make You Mine by MAC with a stippling blush brush from BH Cosmetics. Just gonna put that right on the apples of my cheeks. I don't use too much of a heavy hand with this because this blush is very pigmented. So I just do a couple little light taps in it and just tap it onto my cheeks. I love stippling blush brushes because I feel like they're very forgiving and they don't pack on a whole bunch of product in one area. I like the fact that they just, looks like it's almost airbrushed the way that it applies. So for my highlight, I'm going to be using my favorite highlight at the moment, and that is Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I'm going to be using a fan brush from BH Cosmetics with Champagne Pop. I'm just going to use a generous amount on the top of my cheekbones. I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. I don't want to put too much because I don't want to look like a disco ball on camera. Do I look like a disco ball? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm just going to remove a little bit of that because on camera, it just makes my nose look so shiny. Like I still look like a disco ball. I should probably just not add any to my nose when I'm going to be doing it on camera. A little bit on my chin. So to start out my eyeshadow, I'm going to use my favorite transition color ever from MAC. As you can see, it's just a light brown color and it's very pretty. I've already hit pan on it because it is my favorite color for the crease. I'm going to start by blending that right into the middle of my eye. So right in the crease area. Take a little bit more product and put it on the other eye. So I'm also going to take that under my lower lash line a little bit. And with the Morphe 350 palette, that is my favorite eyeshadow palette at the moment. And it'll probably be my favorite eyeshadow palette for a long time because if you've seen it, then you know how beautiful all these colors are. Ta-da! This green shade right. For the sake of this video, I just wanted to try that olive color because, of course, I'm wearing an olive shirt. And I'm going to be going in with the Morphe G13 brush. So I'm taking the Morphe G13 brush. This is like a flat brush, it's kind of like a flat crease brush. So it kind of gives, it looks like it would give a more precise application to like right in the center right here. So I'm just trying to get that right in the middle. So I don't want to go up as high as I did the soft brown color. This color right here for the lid. We'll see how it actually looks on. This will be my very first time trying that color, so I want to see how it looks on first. I'm very impressed with these eyeshadows. I seriously can't believe that I got all of those eyeshadows for under $30. It's a really great deal. Fluffy blending brush and pick up that olive greenish color and put that into my crease again. I still have some of the soft brown on there, so it's going to add a little bit more of that warm shade too. And I just want to blend out the crease more and just build up that color. You never want to go in with a ton of product at one time. I always like to just build it up slowly. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. liquid liner. So this is my e.l.f. liquid liner. So then I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D liquid liner in Trooper. To add just a little bit of definition into my crease, I'm going to add a dark brown color right on this tiny little spot right here. Then just blend that out a little bit more, just so there's no harsh lines. And I'm going to be highlighting my waterline with concealer pencil from MAC. This is the Studio Chromographic Pencil in the color NW20. The reason why I use this one is because if I use a concealer pencil that's lighter than my natural skin color, it'll be lighter, but it won't be white. I don't really want white in my eyes, but I do want it to be lighter than my skin tone so that it highlights my eyes and makes my eyes look bigger and more awake. So I'm also going to be highlighting my inner corner with a white color. So I'm going to use this color in the very corner right here. For mascara, I'm going to be using my favorite mascara at the moment, and that is the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. I don't want my eyelashes to look too light. I want them to blend in with my false lashes. So I'm just going to put like one coat. I don't want to put a whole bunch that I would normally put if I wasn't wearing false lashes, to make them look dark. So for my lashes, I'm going to be using the Ardell Glamour lashes. Not all the Glamour lashes are the same. That's why I wanted to find the number for you guys, but here is what they look like. So I got these on Amazon. They're just really pretty. So I think for like $3 they're totally worth it. My glue on the lashes, and the glue that I'm using is this House of Lashes eyelash adhesive. This one's actually not my favorite because I like the duo formulation a little bit better. I feel like this one, I was attracted to it because it had a different applicator and it was like a stick brush on, and I feel like it's just really messy, and the dark color kind of gets on your lid if you're not very careful, and I don't know, I feel like someone needs to create a better lash glue. So my camera keeps doing this thing where it says internal temperature too high, and then it'll just turn off. So that's what it did as soon as I started doing my lashes. You can reuse lashes over and over again if you take care of them. I'm going to add mascara to the lower lash line. I want to add definition to my cheekbones. It just kind of gives a little bit of structure to your face. So I'm going to take this cosmetic sponge and I'm going to dip that into yellow shade of my Kat Von D palette. I'm so sad because I dropped one of these pans, just like fell out the other day when I was doing my makeup. So I lost one of those colors. So I'm just going to lightly dip that into that yellow shade, and with a straight edge, just kind of carve out my cheekbone. Go back in with that angled blush brush, and I'm going to use the brown color called Shadow Play. And I'm going to add that right on top of where I put the bronzer, because it has a little bit more gray in it, so it'll make it look more contoured instead of bronzed. I want to go back in with the highlighter on my cheekbones because I feel like you can't see it as much since I've been adding more powder. When everything is done, I'm just going to spray a little bit of Fix Plus spray. You can use your favorite setting spray, but right now I just want to use that because I want to look very dewy right now. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this. I had a lot of fun showing you guys how I use this lip color and the Morphe 350 palette. I absolutely love that palette, and if you're thinking about getting it, I highly suggest that you do. I love the formulation and the price is amazing. So I know that it's completely sold out right now, but as soon as they come back in stock, once you can get your hands on it, you should. It's a great gift for the holidays or for yourself. It would probably last you a really long time, and it has a variety of different colors in there, so you can create hundreds of looks with it. So thank you so much for watching this makeup look, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!